Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, here with another rapid fire critique sponsored by AdoramaPix.com, the place where I actually get all my portfolio books made, which you saw me with that Modest Yahoo thing. You saw those, right, Adam?
I did. Quite good.
They loved that book when I delivered it to them. But anyway, we're here with Adam Lerner. What's cracking?
How you doing? Beautiful day here.
What?
It's a beautiful day.
It is. It's like 80 degrees out, and I got to go do a baseball game. I'm going to be umping today.
Oh, very nice.
With the Fro up. So Adam sent me 10 pictures that we're going to go through. Harsh level? You want me to just be my normal harsh self with you?
Yeah, man, you always are. That's one thing I like about you. You're straight to the point.
To the point, no faking.
No faking.
All right, you
no
ready?
Bacon.
So we... What?
No bacon.
Oh, yeah. So, all right, you ready? Here we go. Black and white.
Yeah.
You know I like the boomification. It's nice and contrasty. Did you bounce a card into his face here for the extra light?
I sure did, because I felt that the rim of the cap was kind of darkening things, and I wanted you to see all those craggly little craggles.
So you did that just with a reflector?
I have a little tiny pocket one that I travel with.
It makes a huge difference, because if you didn't, then you'd be trying to use fill light in in Lightroom, and probably degrading the rest of your image.
Correct.
What lens?
24 to 70.
All right, shot pretty wide.
Yeah, this was, I think, actually 24.
All right. I mean, it's nicely framed. You didn't cut off his feet, which is good.
I felt the feet had kind of, something to do with the reference, like those skinny legs and all.
And the chucks.
Yeah, the guy's 75 years old. I mean...
No, I like it. I like the composition. Here is where it's good, right in the middle. The reflector definitely saves this image, and it's good. There's nothing, blowing the background out. I mean, if you tried with a 70 to 200, did you possibly try doing that?
That's the only thing I would like more about this image is if the background was more blown out. But with this, it was kind of an impromptu street shot. I was just riding my bike and it was like, hey man, do you mind if I take a few shots? And he agreed, and I only had a few minutes to keep his attention, and I just didn't have a lot of setup time. So.
All right. Well, good job on that. We're gonna move on.
Right.
All right, we've got this pharmacy. Is this where in New York?
This is in Brooklyn, in Williamsburg. This is a few blocks from where I live. And
14 to 24?
This is either that or the 17 to 35.
Oh,
this
so
might be the 17 to 35.
Okay. I mean, the colors are incredible. Give me some how you shot it.
There was just this. We were having this stretch of beautiful weather where the skies were just turning this incredible color, and I just, like the night before this, I was like, tomorrow night I'm going out at that hour with my tripod, and I'm just going to do some long exposures around town. And I just set up my tripod, and I can't remember exactly. It might have been like f11 at 2 seconds or something like that.
And the people didn't blur.
They did slightly. I mean, if you really look up close, if you really zoom in there, but from this size, you can't quite see that.
All right. Well, I'm not sure if the people there heard it or don't heard it. Is it better with them there versus if they weren't there? I mean, I think it's New York, so it adds, it needs people.
Yep. There's actually another person standing by the post to the right of the stairs.
Oh, okay. Now I see it. I didn't see that before.
Yeah.
If that person wasn't there, I'd be more happy if the person wasn't there on the right. I like the composition. I like that you didn't cut off the roof. Actually, you did. It's hard to tell. Well, whatever. I like what it looks like.
Okay.
No, there's something up there. There's other windows up top, but you didn't cut off the awning or whatever that's called.
Right.
No, so I like the colors. I like the feel. It's very street cornery, obviously, because it is a street corner. I'm moving on. Who's this guy?
That's the guitar player from OK Go.
Okay, go. All right, so it's those guys. So he's holding the chord. Was he actually playing?
Well, he was playing, and I was shooting, and I was on stage, and I think I was probably a little bit closer than he wanted me to be.
Really? You were doing the Adam thing, getting too close.
Well, there's a lot of photographers up there, but for some reason he kind of gave me the hand signal, and I was like, oh, okay.
Well, I like the shot. 50 millimeters around?
I'd say this could be an 80 to 200.
Okay.
So I don't think I was that close.
All right. Well, you can tell. I mean, you can tell by the compression and blowing the background out. I like it. The color's nice. Framing's nice, and the feet are in and all that. So yeah, no, I like it for a stage shot. It's because it's better than just a classic live shot or traditional live shot, we'll call it.
Yeah, and it's kind of like he's busted me, which.
He's like, I got you.
Yep.
And then lovely ladies, you know me with the models. I like it. The two spotlights in the back, I think add to the image more so than take away from it. If they weren't there, I think it would be not as interesting.
Right. And like you, I'm not really into cropping. You know, I kind of want to share what I saw.
Sure. So, I mean, maybe just a little yellow, but that could be me.
You mean the toning of it?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
You know, who knows? Or maybe a little green, but who knows? That's nitpicking. Other than that, this is just they line up, you shoot pictures, and you did it. Yep. And you know what's interesting that the people aren't blown out in the background because they are interesting in the background.
Well, it adds context.
Yeah.
You know that this was a Fashion Week shot.
Yeah. So yeah, no, it's composition's fine. Not much else you could do with it. I think it's with those lights, it really helps.
Cool.
Singer.
Glen Hansard.
Yep. Once.
Yep.
Love that movie. Anybody out there, you gotta see that movie and get that soundtrack. It is amazing.
And this is actually him playing with his band called The Frames, which this was like their 20-year reunion, because that was his like initial kind of entree into music before anything else happened.
All right. Before I critique it, what's your critique?
What do I think about it?
Yeah. What do you think I am going to say about it?
Well, you're not going to like that the very top of the headstock's cut off. You might not like... I don't know.
All right, well...
You tell me what you don't like about it.
Well, I'm not going to tell you that I don't like it because I've done similar things. When you're shooting guys like this, I seem to leave a lot of headroom, and I think I know why you left headroom because that's where the focusing point is on the D700. Were you shooting this with the D700 or the 3S?
This, I think, was with the 3S.
Well, we only know how far that those focusing points go. In DX, they go all the way to the edge, and I used to fill the frame differently with DX.
Right.
With full frame, the focusing point literally stops right about his the top of his head.
Sure.
I mean, even if you know what, it doesn't detract that there's that much headroom. I don't mind that, and I don't even care that you cut off. It's a Gretsch, right?
It's a Guild.
Guild? Is that like a knockoff Gretsch?
No, it's probably is on par with a Gretsch.
All right. I love the tones. I love the black and white. I love how thick it is. I mean, I love that it's still dark, but there's nice light on the face. I don't care that you cut off the slight little bit end of the stock, because if you moved any more to the right, you would have cut off the bottom, and then his shoulder or arm would have been touching the corner. So I'm okay with that.
And it's only like ISO like 10,000 or something.
Yeah, well, perfect for 10,000. And I love that movie. Everybody has to go see it.
Yes.
Banshot.
Yep.
Who is it? Just friends?
Yeah, some friends of mine.
Why is the liquor in there? Their choice or your choice?
Their choice. They were working on a record in this kind of generic kind of concrete block studio, and I brought my camera just to kind of get some behind the scenes. And I said, hey, let's do a band shot. So we went upstairs to this room that had like zero light other than like these little string lights. Yeah. And they just kind of grabbed all different kinds of stuff. Like Sonny grabbed that old tape machine. James grabbed that little Peruvian flute.
But let's get to the lighting. You threw one light in there?
This is actually two lights. No, actually, no. This is one light. This is one umbrella.
Okay. I mean, you do band shots are band shots. They happen when they happen. I think it's a little tight.
You mean there could have been more
room,
more space?
More space left. It looks like you may have cut off the bottom of the bottle. Did you?
I think it's right there. I mean, I can tell you, to be honest, it was a really, really tiny space.
Yeah, I understand how that works. So, I mean, there's only so much I would like to have seen a little more room. A little bit more headroom and a little more in the feet. But other than that, doing what you can do with a band shot with one light in a confined area, there's only so much you can do. It's nice and sharp and colorful and contrasty. That's all I can ask for.
Boom.
Boom. All right, this guy, cut off his hands. First thing I see.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of cutting off hands. A little harsh on the sharpening.
Yep.
And a Other than that, I mean, the light's fine. I'm sure it's a clothes ad.
Yeah, this was for a lookbook for a menswear designer, and I was really trying to focus more on the garments and less on, the framing.
Yeah, I mean,
getting him in the frame.
I don't hate it. I don't hate the cutting it off, because I mean, you go to his eyes.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess the whole thing is if you have to show the jean, the pants, the jacket, the scarf, is the hat part of it?
The only things that we were really illustrating here was the scarf and the hat as an accent, but the scarf is really the star of this shot.
I still would have liked to have seen the hands not cut off.
I got you.
But no, the things I saw were just a little too not too contrasty, but too sharp.
Yeah, I was messing. This was the time when I was messing with trying to, get like more of an old film quality. And
right.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, but it's just a little on the harsh side. Would have pulled back just slightly and maybe not cut off anything, but no,
cool.
It's still there.
This was shot with a 51.4, by the way.
This was a 51.4?
Yeah.
Did you have more room to go back?
No, we were shooting in an incredibly confined space.
That sounds like New York. Is this Coney Island?
Yep.
I'm not a fan of this picture so far.
Okay.
It doesn't do very much for me. It really doesn't. It's a person walking down the boardwalk.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's blown out. It's a nice bokeh in the background. That's nice. It just doesn't do it for me. What did it do for you?
I think it kind of. I like doing street shots. I mean, one of my favorite things to do is just take my camera and go somewhere. Go to a neighborhood. Go to a multitude of neighborhoods. Just drive around town or get in the subway. And I like that you've got like these long vertical planks that are kind of being bisected. I like the lines and the shadows and the shapes here, and this person, kind of in the lower center of the frame puts the shot in context for me. Gives you the time of day, gives you a little bit about what's going on there. I knew you wouldn't like this shot, but
hey, that it could be somebody else's bag, but not mine. But really, not much.
Sure.
I'd say. This is interesting. Did you try this in black and white?
Well, this I shot with film, with an old film camera.
That's why it doesn't look so contrasty.
Right, and in keeping with that, I scanned the negatives, and I really didn't want to go too crazy, messing with the images beyond that.
Well, the way it's composed, it's really nice. I mean, it plays well. It may have been weird with just one guy there. Did you set it up, or was this how it was?
This is how it was. I like the symmetry of it. I like the two trees, the two guys.
One guy's blind.
I don't know. I mean,
that's a walking stick right there.
Yeah. I just liked how the two guys were just kind of composed. They were kind of leaning in and away from each other.
I like it. All right. I mean, black and white, I probably would have been interesting. Obviously, you shot it with film, so that's how you shot it. But
right.
if I was to convert it, black and white, pump up contrast, it may work, it may not. But maybe just the red of the brick would come out, or the brown of the brick would make it interesting. We don't
Gotcha.
know. Yeah. Lady. Yeah. It's all right. It's an environmental portrait of Italian woman. Greek woman. She's right in the middle. I don't not much I can say. Really. It's not, I mean, maybe just tighter because of the body.
Well, the thing is, you've got the donkey bridles that are kind of handmade hanging on the wall. You've got the little hint that there's like a fireplace to the right. I think that contextually some of that stuff kind of helps. Otherwise, it's just kind of like,
well,
a shot of a nice smiley lady.
Well, I think the nice, if you can't see what I'm highlighting, but
right.
You see the blue bottle hanging right in the middle?
That bothers you.
A little more to the left. If you drew the line down there and right below her shoulder, down to the bridle, bam, that composition, which I'm blocking, would be nice because you have great light on her face, and then it becomes less about her body.
Sure.
And right in the middle. So that would be just a critique on that thing.
Sure.
This would be the last picture, isn't it?
I don't know.
It is. It won't let me go any further. So we've gone through all of them.
Wow.
So it's pretty rapid fire in the slow sense of rapid fire. So let me tell you that for doing this, for taking part in this, you're going to get a 9x12, or what's it, 12x9 photo book from AdoramaPix to
Whoa.
basically do whatever you want to do with. I know I like using it for my portfolios, and I'm sure that you'll probably end up liking it as well.
That's awesome. I totally want one of those. Thanks.
Yep. So we'll get you hooked up with that. Give me 20 seconds on what I said to you. Anything you want to say back?
I think that all your feedback's really good, and I don't disagree with anything you said. And it's always a pleasure, Jared.
All right, Adam.
Man.
Well, thank you for taking part, and we'll hook you up with that book from AdoramaPix.com. All right, guys, so if you want to send in your files, well, not even send in files, if you want to take part in this rapid-fire critique, I may start doing it without you guys on the other line because I know some people in the other countries don't have the Skype with video, so I may just go ahead and do my own type of video. But you can send links to Flickr to the email address FroKnowsPhoto@gmail.com. If you're not on Flickr, send me links to something else, but make sure all the photos are in one area that I can get to quick, and that's about it. If I use yours, you'll definitely hear from me to get that free book from AdoramaPix or whatever I decide to give you at that point. Adam, thank you.
Thank you.
We will see you all the next time. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.